Hi, and welcome to Wendy's AIP Kitchen. Today we're going to be making cute little gingerbread cookies. The inspiration for these little guys came in a way that you are just not going to believe. There I was, trying to imagine what I might bake for Christmas, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a FaceTime call from the North Pole. And when Santa calls, you answer. Santa!
Oh, hi Wendy, how are you?
Great, it's good to see you. What's up?
Well, Wendy, Mrs. Claus has been a little worried about my waistline, and she thinks I should look into going gluten-free, and I knew that you do all that healthy cooking and stuff, so I was wondering if there was any chance you could make me an AIP cookie recipe.
Anything for you, Santa. What's your favorite?
Well, you know, I really like gingerbread, and the best thing is that the reindeer like them too.
I got you, bro. I'll text you the recipe.
Well, Wendy, I just have got to go. It's very busy this time of the year, and it was so nice to see you.
Wait, before you go, Santa, for Christmas maybe this year, a new food processor?
We'll see about that.
Oh, goody. Okay, I'll talk to you later, Santa. Tell the missus I'll see her in yoga class.
Merry Christmas, Wendy.
All right. Talk to you later, Santa. Bye.
Bye.
Well, when Santa asks for gingerbread cookies, you supply gingerbread cookies. So I searched through all my old recipes and I found my great-grandmother's recipe for gingerbread. So I have adapted her recipe for the AIP. We're starting with a half cup of palm shortening, a half cup of pitted dates that I've chopped up and measured. Next is a half cup of blackstrap molasses, and it's very gooey. Once you've got that all in here, it's time to process. Now, it's probably gonna go up on the sides and we'll have to scrape it down multiple times, but that's okay. All right, this should be well processed. It kind of looks like a dark nougat at the moment. So we're gonna just let this sit for a minute and go on to the next step. My great-grandmother's recipe called for 1 cup of soured milk. So I'm using 1 cup of full-fat coconut milk, and I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of raw apple cider vinegar. I'm gonna mix that a bit and just let it sit till I'm ready to use it. Now for the dry ingredients, of which there are 8. We'll start first with 1 cup of cassava flour, 1.5 cups of arrowroot flour, 1 teaspoon of dried powdered ginger, and 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon cloves, 1 tablespoon of gelatin, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon cream of tartar. And now is your chance to get rid of all your holiday stress. You whisk it all up. Now we're back to the food processor, the really, really old food processor. Okay, so with the food processor on, we're going to add the soured coconut milk. Heat it through the top too. The next thing we need to do is add the dry ingredients, but I'm going to add them in batches just to make things a little bit easier. So we've just had a little issue here in Wendy's AIP Kitchen, and if this happens to you, I want to show you how to fix it. Okay, so at this point, it should be in a ball on the side of the food processor, and it's not. If this happens to you, don't panic. Just add a couple of tablespoons of flour at a time until you get the desired consistency. That's just about there. Let me do 1, maybe 2, gosh, I don't know. that looks like dough. So now we're gonna put this into the refrigerator and chill it with plastic wrap over it for about 30 minutes. So our dough has chilled. It's all ready to go. Now the great thing about this dough is that there's no eggs in there, so you can snitch the dough. But the bad thing about this dough is that there are no eggs in it and you can snitch the dough. Now it's time to roll. I've divided the dough into 4 workable pieces, kind of patties if you will. And I'm going to put them between 2 pieces of parchment paper to roll them out. But here's my little trick. I'm gonna take it a little bit over the edge of the counter and lean up against it so that it doesn't slip all over the place. Let's roll. I've rolled the dough out to about 1/4 of an inch. You don't want it any thinner than this because then it might fall apart and you will cry. So then you begin cutting. Once you've rolled out your dough and cut your shapes, put them in a 375 oven for 10 minutes. When your cookies are done, take them out of the oven and let them cool before you decorate. Smells really good. You're gonna need some AIP frosting to go on these cookies. For the sake of time, we've put the recipe for the cookies and the frosting on my website. You will find the link in the description. Join us next time on Wendy's AIP Kitchen, where we figure out how much flour goes in the cookies. Have a nice day.
Wendy's AIP Kitchen was filmed before a live studio audience.